So last year, I asked you who would win Comic-Con, Marvel or DC? And when the long weekend was over, I declared DC the winner with their Wonder Woman reveal and Batman v Superman footage, which made headlines the world over when it debuted early on in the convention. But this year, there is no contest, as Marvel said, "See you at D23 Expo, mic drop." That means the question this year is, can Warner Brothers fill the void? Because even when Marvel doesn't make any news, they make news, which is what happened last year. Warner Brothers is already filling Marvel's spot, presenting in Hall H on Saturday at 10:30 a.m. The idea is that they'll get to essentially close out the convention, yet it's a little harder to make headlines on the weekend than it is on a weekday. But Saturday is going to be a big movie day all around this year, and rumor has it Warner Brothers is betting on green as they'll debut Suicide Squad footage, which will probably be the biggest news to come out of Comic-Con period since the studio announced 2 years ago that Ben Affleck would play Batman. This sneak peek at David Ayer's hotly anticipated villain flick is pretty much guaranteed, as Warner Brothers has already previewed the film at Cine Europe last month. This almost sets up a new competition within Warner Brothers itself, as Suicide Squad could even overshadow Batman v Superman. But the real winner, besides fans, is Batfleck, as he's in both films. Who else is presenting at Comic-Con? Well, while in the past Twilight has kicked off Comic-Con, much to the annoyance of hardcore comic book fans, this year Open Road will be the first to present in Hall H, likely spotlighting under-the-radar Max Steel, and maybe Snowden. It does star Comic-Con faves Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Shailene Woodley. But the real movie headlines on Thursday will come from Lionsgate, as they show off an impressive slate. Conan O'Brien will look to give Chris Hardwick a run for his title as Chief Nerd as he moderates the panel, which will spotlight Mockingjay Part 2, American Ultra, Sicario, and The Last Witch Hunter. Conan should be able to have some fun with that last one. Next on Friday, as far as movies go, Star Wars pretty much has the day to themselves as Lucasfilm presents in Hall H in the early evening. Although, on a fun side note, Kung Fury will be at Comic-Con on Friday as well. David Sandberg will not only meet fans and take their questions, but hopefully take a few Hollywood meetings, either at the convention itself or up north in LA afterwards. Also, Jason Blum and M. Night Shyamalan will promote The Visit in less than grand fashion with a teensy-tiny panel, while Kevin Smith goes the hardcore nepotism route, promoting his next film, a spin-off of Tusk, starring Johnny Depp, Depp's daughter, and Smith's daughter, Harley Quinn. Should Warner Brothers consider suing? Then, as promised, Saturday is the big movie day. Warner Brothers opens Hall H, followed by Screen Gems, which will spotlight Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, starring Cinderella's Lily James and Doctor Who's Matt Smith. Smith is doubling down for Screen Gems, also with Patient Zero, which will have a panel as well, and co-stars fan favorite Natalie Dormer. Then Quentin Tarantino and his Hateful Eight cast will ride into Hall H, followed by Legendary Pictures. Not only will Warcraft and Crimson Peak return to Comic-Con, but holiday horror film Krampus will also be spotlighted along with The Great Wall, a co-production between Legendary and China. It's a true mashup of Eastern and Western talent, with Matt Damon and Andy Lau starring. Then Joss Whedon will hold court in Hall H, courtesy of Dark Horse, and one has to wonder if his panel will turn into an episode of The Real Ex-Wives of Marvel Studios. Maybe Edgar Wright will stop by? And Fox will be the last movie studio to present at Comic-Con, and they certainly have plenty to talk about. They could go straight Comic-Con fare with Fantastic Four, X-Men Apocalypse, Deadpool, and maybe even Hitman Agent 47. But surely attendees would also love a sneak peek at The Scorch Trials, The Martian, Victor Frankenstein, and Independence Day Resurgence. There's also Gambit and Assassin's Creed, but expect those films to be the focus of Comic-Con 2016. So, does the convention seem in good shape without Marvel? And do you think there will be enough movie news this year to fend off all the TV headlines from Game of Thrones, The Walking Dead, and its spin-off Fear the Walking Dead, Doctor Who, American Horror Story and Scream Queens, and Heroes Reborn, not to mention Warner Brothers and CBS's television presentations? And finally, do you think Warner Brothers can slam dunk this thing? Be sure to write your thoughts down below. I'm Grace Randolph, and this has been a Movie Bite. You can watch more right now.